3 reasons why a sequel to K-pop Demon Hunters is basically guaranteed. For any movie or show to get a sequel, it usually needs to check 3 boxes. 1. Do people actually want it? 2. Is there enough story left to tell? And 3. What about the practical stuff, like money and rights? And trust me, I've got a lot to say about that third one. So let's start with the first condition. Is there demand? Oh, you better believe it. Fans of K-pop Demon Hunters are practically screaming for a sequel. The internet is blowing up with Bring Jinyu back. People are going wild, trying to copy the choreography from Huntrix and the Saja boys. And everyone's demanding merch for Durpy and Sussy. So yeah, condition 1? That's a 1000% check. All right, on to condition number 2. Is there enough story left to tell? Sometimes a movie just pours everything it has into the first installment, leaving nothing for a sequel. But that's definitely not the case with Demon Hunters. Fans are still buzzing with questions. And the creators, whether they planned it or not, left a ton of breadcrumbs for us to follow. Think about it. The Golden On Moon was never completed. The one completed at the end of the animation was the Rainbow On Moon. We still don't know the full story behind how Huntrix was formed. And what about Durpy and Sussy, who stayed behind in the human world instead of returning to the dark realm? Plus, viewers are dying to know more about Rumi's mom and dad. Okay, now for what might be the most crucial condition, the real-world stuff. The will of the creators, the investment, the rights. And honestly, this is where things could have gotten really messy. Why? Because the animation rights originally belonged to Sony Pictures. But due to the reported habitual and discriminatory behavior of a single executive, the core creative team collectively resigned right after completing the animation. To be clear, this was reportedly the action of one executive, not the entire company. These were the very people who masterfully wove K-pop and Korean culture into the heart of the show. They were the real MVPs, and they all just left. But here's the twist. Netflix swooped in and welcomed them all with open arms. Netflix literally extended a hand to the entire team. And here's another bombshell. Netflix now owns the rights to the animation. Wait, what? How did that happen? Well, here's the scoop. Since the show was so groundbreaking and unlike anything before it, Sony was reportedly unsure if it would be a hit. Feeling the pressure to recoup their investment, they sold the rights to Netflix right before the show premiered. So the stage is set. Netflix has the rights. They have the money to invest, and the original creative team, EJ, who co-composed and sang Golden, is ready to go. And Teddy, the music producer also famous for his work with Blackpink, has no reason to pass up on a feast that's already been prepared for him. In other words, all signs are pointing to a Demon Hunters sequel. But this raises one final question. Will it be another movie? Or a full-blown series? My money's on a series.